Well, the American people did it. The American people go to work every day, participate in the labor market, form new businesses. But President Biden has tried to create incentives that give Americans the tools they need to help this economy grow. We have three huge pieces of legislation investing in American infrastructure, spurring private investment in semiconductors and in clean energy, and that's really sparking a growth, especially in manufacturing jobs in the United States. Well, this is something we're watching very closely, and yesterday the United States and other countries joined together to issue a statement saying that this disruption of shipping in the Red Sea is really a concern and unacceptable. But we actually have ample supplies of oil, and we're not seeing any effect at all. Energy prices have been quite stable. It's true that shipping costs have gone up somewhat, which affects especially shipping between Asia and Europe, but we've really not seen any meaningful effect in the United States. But this is an international challenge we need to work together with other countries to address. So I'm not going to comment on what the Fed should do or is likely to do. I think the path the labor market and economy and inflation have followed suggests they've made a set of good decisions, and we'll get some more inflation data. If it stays down, that will be good news for the Fed and something I know they'll take into account in their future rate decisions. Well, there has been a lot of pessimism about the economy that's really proven unwarranted. A year ago, most forecasters believed we would fall into a recession. Obviously, that hasn't happened. We have a good, strong labor market. Today's news, as you mentioned, showed that the unemployment rate remains low, and we added 216,000 jobs. Now, the pace of job creation over the last 3 months averages 165. That's down from a year ago when the economy was still recovering from the pandemic. But it's something that's expected and desirable, consistent with an economy that is now recovered and is transitioned to stable and steady growth. So the labor market continues to fire on all cylinders. Other reports this week, a low level of initial claims for unemployment insurance, job openings remain at healthy levels. Importantly, inflation has come way down. Over the last 6 months, the measure that the Fed watches most has been running right at their target of 2%. And Americans are beginning to feel that, and some surveys are suggesting that they're becoming more optimistic, which is something that's really good to see, because price increases have slowed substantially. Some important prices have fallen noticeably. The majority of gas stations around the country, a gallon of gas is now selling for under $3 a barrel. Used car prices have come down. You know, there's more work to do on the inflation front. Some important prices, food prices and apartment rentals remain high, but we're really making progress. President Biden's approach has been to do everything he can to spur that improvement, keeping energy prices down, creating good jobs through an Invest in America agenda, and wages are increasing. Today we saw average hourly earnings up 4.1%. So wage increases are running over price increases now. American workers are getting ahead, and the progress for the middle middle-income families is very noticeable. Well, we had a period, the pandemic was difficult, and we had a period in which prices rose a great deal in a short time. So I think we need to see a sustained period of low inflation with wages growing, as you showed in the graph, more rapidly than inflation, for people to feel good about their future prospects. As you mentioned, we're beginning to see that in surveys. I believe if this is maintained over the next year, as I fully hope and expect it will be, that Americans will feel good. They're spending in ways that suggest they're happy with their financial circumstances. We're seeing a huge number of new businesses being formed, that an investment in American businesses that suggests confidence in the future of the economy. I think those are all good signs. And it is very rare to bring down inflation as much as we have without seeing a weakening in the job market. But we have 23 months in a row unemployment under 40%. Haven't seen that in 50 years. What we're seeing now, I think we can describe as a soft landing, and my hope is that it will continue.